fellas, talking about the top 10 freshmen in college basketball right now. And it was a ranking that I seen from top to bottom. Starting number 10 was Braden Burries from Arizona. Nate Emmett from Tennessee was number 9. Michael Brown was number 8 from Louisville. Kingston Flemings was number 7 from Houston. Keaton Wagner from Illinois was number 6. Number 5 was Caleb Wilson from North Carolina. Number 4 was Darius Acuff from Arkansas. 3, Darren Peterson. 2 was AJ DeBonsa, and number 1 was Cameron Boozer. We're not going to start with Brian because we don't have time for him to talk about
Number 1 was who?
Cameron Boozer. That's
I don't agree with that personally, but I'll let y'all go first. Go ahead.
So, A Boogie. These are the top 10 freshmen. In any order. If this let's do this. You change the rankings in this top 10, and how would your rankings go? From 10 to 1.
From 10 to 1. I'll keep Braden at 10, Nate Emmett at 9. I would move Michael Brown to number 6.
Ooh.
I think he's the best pure point guard coming into this draft class. I will put him at 6.
Ooh.
I will put him
I'm
at 6.
not mad at it, A-Bug. I'm not mad at it.
Move Kingston to 7 and put Keaton at move Kingston to 8 and put Keaton at 7. Top 5. I really think Darian is number 1. I will put Darren Peterson number 1. AJ number 2. Darius number 3. Cameron Boozer number 4, and then Caleb number 5. That will be my top 5. I really think Darren is the best prospect we've seen since Wembayama. I'm really high on Darian Peterson.
I like that. I'm not mad at that. I'm glad you pushed Kingston Flemings down because right now they have Kingston Flemings top 5, top 6. I think
You're not really a big Kingston Flemings fan, G. You said it a couple weeks ago, but I'm really starting to see it now. You're not really high on Kingston Flemings.
I'm not. I watched his game and I'm watching other guards I think Michael Brown is better than Kingston Flemings. Darius Acuff is better than Kingston Flemings. Like, but for some reason, the college analysts are high on Kingston Fleming. He hasn't showed me that he's better than Darius Acuff or Michael Brown. If we being real, Keaton Wagner is good. I'm not saying Kingston Fleming can't, but I just don't see it where he's a top 5, top 6 pick. I just don't see it in Kingston Fleming. That's just me. We'll go to you, Zeke, and then we'll go to Chop It Up, because last week also Chop It Up, we talked about if you take Darren Peterson number 1, the baggage that comes with that.
I listen. I got a lot to say. Yeah.
Okay. Zeke, what you got?
Yeah, start one kind of with that bottom half of the 10. I love A Boogie's take as far as Michael Brown. I mean, I think that is huge. I would put him kind of closer to that 6th slot. Kind of slide everyone down. I do, contrary, to G, I do like Kingston Flemings over Keaton. I would take that. As far as the top 5 goes, I think AJ is number 1 right now. I think when it comes down to big games and who's gonna get the bucket down the stretch and show up when it matters, all season he's been proven when the game is close, give me the rock and everyone get out the way. And I kind of like that about his game. I think that's huge. I would say, as far as talent goes, I know the stuff that he has going on with the load managing is a little bit crazy, but strictly talent, I do think Darren Peterson is top. I do think he's top 3. I would probably put him at number 2, Cameron Boozer at number 3. Acuff is a bucket. He's hooping. I do like Caleb Wilson at 4. I think Cameron Boozer at 5.
So you putting Acuff at 3, Cameron Wilson at 4, and Boozer at 5.
Yep.
It's not bad. Chop It Up. You say you got a lot to say. So let's get it on, and then I'm gonna go with my top 10. Or do you want to go with my top 10 first, and then you go? How you want to rock with this? You let me know.
It's whatever. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. The point's gonna get. It's gonna come anyway. You can go ahead. Go ahead first, G. I want to hear yours. Go ahead.
I'm gonna keep the bottom half pretty much the same. But I'm also gonna move Macau to number 6. I'm keeping Nate Amit, Braden Evers right there. I'm moving Macau Brown to number 6. I'm moving Keaton to number 7. I'm putting Kingston at number 8. All right. Top 5. I gotta go with you, Zeke and A Boogie. I'm putting AJ number 1. I think he checks all the boxes. And the reason I'm saying that is because he's playing every game. He plays for a BYU team that if he knows that they're gonna be the defense is gonna be geared towards him. It's really nobody else on BYU, and they're still competing at a high level, and he's still doing what he does. We've seen Kansas win without Darren Peterson, so which lets me know that Kansas can still win without him. How far they go, that's a different story. So I'm going AJ number 1. I'm going Boozer number 2. I think Boozer does it all. He can put it on the floor. He can shoot the basket. I'm going Darren number 3, right where he's at. And I'm going to put A-Cup for Caleb Wilson 5. I am really high on Darius A-Cup, and it was way before he had the 49 points, yo. I've been watching him all season. He's been quiet. He doesn't say much. And Arkansas really has one of those juggernaut teams, right? They get into the tournament. They could probably make some noise to the Sweet 16, depending on what the bracket is in. But I just, the Kingston Flemings, I have to see, he's got to show me something in this NCAA tournament. Also in the Big 12 tournament. If Kingston Flemings is that guy, he's got to put it on in these next couple of games. And I just don't think, I think he's like the 4th best guard to me when you look at the guards right now. And that's just me. But B, what you got for us, man? I know you got a lot to say. We'll let you know when it's time to talk about Duke. This is not a Duke question. This is a top 10 and a load management question. Thank you, because we don't have all day, all right?
I understand. I'll be short-winded. As far as the Darren Peterson situation goes, we were actually talking about this at work, me and Nick too. As far as that goes, for me, I think that it is a bad look, especially for somebody right now in college basketball. College right now, you're supposed to be playing as many games as you can. I know it's a huge adjustment from high school, maybe playing like 30 games. You look at college and you go up to almost 50 games, including the tournament and stuff like that. But it's been from Jump Street for me. Since the first game, Darren Peterson has had this lingering cramping situation and pulling himself out of games. And for me, somebody who's trying to get drafted at a high pick, even though the talent speaks volumes, I think sometimes you look at that as a GM and you say, man, is this a sign of things to come? Will I be paying this guy all this money and he'll be taking himself out, or will he be playing at a very high level night in and night out, especially when the games only get more demanding, the physicality only gets more demanding, the games in the season becomes longer. So for me, it is a cause of concern. As far as the top 10 goes, I don't have a problem with the bottom half, except for I am not high on Nate Amit. I'm just not. I don't see it. Coming into the season, I thought he was going to be a top 5 pick. For me personally, I would have Braden Burries at 10. I would have his running mate at Cole Pete at 9. I would have Kingston Flemings at 8.
Oh, hold on, stop right there. So you don't have Nate Amit in the top 10 at all?
I don't have him in the top 10.
I go with you. I okay.
He just hasn't shown it to me. In big games where,
that's just like Kingston Flemings for me. He just
in big games, like when you really expect him. He was a 5-star coming out. He's from Virginia too, from the 804 area. But I just thought that he was going to be the guy coming out, and for me, it hasn't resonated with me yet. And I thought Tennessee was going to be way better too. So at that, I would keep, like I said, Braden Burries at 10, Cole Pete, his running mate at 9, who I'm very, very high on. At 8, I'm going to go Kingston Flemings. At 7, I'm going to go Michael Brown. 6, I love Keaton Wagler. Now, top 5 is where it gets interesting for me. I agree with Zeke and UG. AJ DeBanza, I think, is the clear-cut number 1. When you look at it from just a scoring aspect, him putting the ball on the deck at all 3 levels, being able to get to the paint, being able to defend too. I think he's like 6'6", almost a 7-foot wingspan. So defensively, it's going to translate to the next level too. At 2, I'm going to have Cam Boozer. Not just because I'm a Duke fan, but I think, like you said, G, he can score from all 3 levels. Yes, he might be an undersized 4 in the league, only being at 6'8". That's the only hesitation that I really have for him. But his motor is high. He plays hard every game. He defends at a high level. Like I said, he can check 1 through 4, just depending on the matchup. 3, I'm going to go Darren Peterson. 4, I'm gonna go Caleb Wilson, and I know for all my Duke fans, they're hearing that and they're saying Caleb at 4. I just don't know how I'm gonna say it out my mouth, G. But when I look at him, he has all the intangibles. And if the Wizards could potentially get Caleb Wilson, not saying we're gonna do anything crazy, but I think he would fit very, very well with our young core. And at 5, I'm gonna round out with Darius Acuff. Really love what Acuff's doing. Like you said, G's been watching him the whole season. Not just been a fan since the 49, but he's, like you said, he's a silent killer. He doesn't talk too much. I think Coach Cal told a story, and I'm gonna be brief about it, but he was just like, yo, his foot was lingering, and he had some trouble playing. And this was the game when they were playing Alabama at Alabama. And he asked him, like, yo, if you need to take a game off, this is the game to take off. He said, Coach, I'm a hooper. This is what I do. Enough said. For me, enough said. You go out there, and not only do you have an extraordinary game, but you have one of the best freshman games that we've seen in a long time. I think this is, too, one of Cal's. I'm not going to go as far as saying the best guard, but I will say this is a top 3 level guard that Coach Cal has ever coached. I'm putting him up there with Devin Booker, John Wall. The list goes on and on, but he is one of those guys, though.
They said he was the best point guard that they were saying that he was the best point guard that he's ever coached. Not to mention, you said something about the low. You know, he's a hooper. I'm supposed to be playing. Meanwhile, you got Darren Peterson talking about cramps. See what I'm saying? This is big.